Well, first of all, Katie Couric, I don't think 20 seconds is enough time to say anything but yes, no, or maybe. So that's probably why you're not getting that many responses. I think you've got five so far, and one illegitimate response which was made 3 weeks ago. Just a random attachment. What can I say in 20 seconds? Then you say, well, should I even have responded if I'm going to complain? No, I was going to respond just because I wanted to throw my hat in the ring there with an opinion. I am a regular viewer of Jackie Mason's YouTube channel, and I'm sure you've seen that. I'd be rather surprised if you don't know about it. It's called The Ultimate Jew. Now, The Ultimate Jew, you'll notice after watching one or two videos, is basically an ultimate Republican, and he is a funny one at that. So he does not reserve his criticism against our present commander-in-chief. Now, am I going to echo what he's talking about just because I think I'm also some kind of ultimate Jew? Well, in a way I will, but with a grain of salt. I'm not any kind of ultimate Republican. I am not an ultimate Democrat. I am an ultimate free thinker, and I don't go in for any bipartisan scamming or nonsense. And that, my friend, fellow media reporter, is probably the greatest problem that this country is facing. This kind of bipartisan nonsense that's been going on. And this is what I have to say about Obama, because he's made history. I mean, that's a no-brainer, okay? Obama now is under the intense scrutiny of people that are getting over the honeymoon of the historical, advance that he made for us in this country. But what is he doing with education? He's doing something good for education. What is he doing in the defense of the country, and as far as the war machine? Is he really a commander-in-chief, or is the DOD and the Pentagon basically calling all the shots? I just don't see him as a strong military policeman out there. That's what the U.S. leader is supposed to be. What's going in Iraq, going on there, we were supposed to be out in 3 months, 6 months. I mean, Jackie Mason definitely illustrated that in his video about a week ago. Are we going to get out in 2 years? Yeah, I think that was already in the game plan. That was not something that Obama actually came up with. And that was actually one of his most emphasized platform points, is that he would get us out of the war. Well, on one hand, he's talking about getting us out of Iraq, and then on the other hand, we're escalating in Afghanistan. What is really going on in Afghanistan? Why isn't the situation under control? You got Al-Qaeda joining up with the Taliban. The Taliban is on the way up. They're marching into Pakistan. They're just sieging the border towns there, the capitals in Pakistan. And what is the military doing about it? I mean, are we going to be any better off than the Russians 20 years ago, 25 years ago? Or are we going to give up on that front? What's actually happening over there? Where the lack of strategy is what I'm getting at here. And I just don't see one coming through Obama or any of his advisors. Talk about the economy now. The economy. Now, you can't pin that on Obama. You can't pin that all on Bush either. But you can talk about Bush cronies. You can talk about Obama cronies. You can talk about the oligarchy. Can anybody say the word oligarchy, and perhaps we're actually dealing with a plutarchy here? When you mix democracy and a republic in with rampant capitalism. Capitalism without any limits, like laissez-faire capitalism. You're going to end up with major problems down the road because that's human nature. When you don't regulate, that's one of the means to control the beast. If you don't regulate environmentally through the EPA or any one of the other executive organs of the government, then you have these capitalists who are going to do whatever they want to make their big bucks and to keep their minions in place, their little slaves that are doing all the work for 20 or 30 bucks an hour. Still, that's chump change. The guys that are getting off with the piggy bank are and the offshore accounts and the secret banks. These are the Bernie Madoffs, the AIGs, all of the execs out there that have done whatever they wanted for years, decade after decade, and trying to teach their descendants, their children, how to do the same thing. And now look at the economy. Now look at all the people asking for bailouts. Bail out this bank, that bank. You got Timothy Geithner in there. I mean, what is his actual, function other than to be a little puppet? And is Obama actually running the show there, or is it the Illuminati? Oh, did I let that slip out? No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm telling you one thing out there. If you want to hear the report card on Obama, the change that he was talking about is no change whatsoever. The only change that we have is a change in color. Okay? Whatever is in that office now is what's in that office before. It's a chameleon of many colors.